we are. Hello. Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome to Heart of a Hobbit here on the official LOTRO stream channel. And I see that folks have their drinks and their snacks and they're ready to go. I've got my water. I've got some tea that I maybe put on too high. So I'm going to wait for it to cool down and then I'll sip on it. So that way I don't spill hot tea on myself in front of y'all. It'll just be spilling cold tea on me, maybe. Hopefully not. So hope you are all doing really well today. Hope you're having a great day. So hello. I do see some familiar faces in the chat. That's awesome. And if you are new to watching Heart of a Hobbit, welcome. Glad that you're here. So in Lord of the Rings Online, there are so many different things you could do. You can follow alongside kind of the path of the Fellowship like they did in Lord of the Rings, and kind of tidy up campfires that they may have had to rush off from quickly, or various other things there. You get to see the Fellowship off at one part, so yes, very, very parallel to the Fellowship, so that is really exciting. That's the epic storyline that you can follow in the game. You can do raids and dungeons and like top level questing and stuff like that. Yes, it would be good TV to watch me spill hot coffee or hot tea on myself, but I think I would enjoy the experience less than you all would. So, but other things you can do in Lord of the Rings Online is they have these festivals throughout the year, which are, these wonderful events where you can just go around and do things that are a little bit more frivolous, a little bit more lighthearted, a little more fun. There's no, you're not going to worry about dying generally during the festivals, and it's a way to get some other cosmetics, some things for your home, some decorations for your housing, decorations for your character. And so those are some of the things that I really enjoy. I mean, I definitely enjoy doing the stuff with the Fellowship and those sorts of things, but I also really, really enjoy the festivals and kind of some of the lighter sides of some of the game. And so that is what I focus on here on my stream. So hello. So there is one of my friends here. Wave. Awesome. And so recently, this week, Wednesday, which was yesterday, so very recently, SSG, who runs Lord of the Rings Online, they, we all suffer for our art, that's cute. They opened up 2 new servers, so this is a big deal. They don't often open a lot of servers, and so this was a big deal. A year ago, last summer, they had a very short-term player versus player server where you could attack other players, and that had met with some people really enjoyed that, and some people got into it and enjoyed it at the beginning, but then kind of petered out after a while. So I think they took some of the lessons they learned from that and some of the lessons from the legendary server Anor. Now, Anor is a legendary server. It's capped at a certain level, not the same level as the other live servers. And so over time, its cap increases a little bit more, and eventually it's going to catch up to the live servers. So I think they kind of took the lessons from some of these various different things and decided to put those into play in these servers. So they started 2 new servers. One is called Shadowfax, zoom, and one is Treebeard, so home, very slow. And that is basically the themes of these 2 servers. They're legendary servers, so they are not at the same cap level as the live servers. Currently our cap here is 50. And like I said, they just opened yesterday, so cap isn't changing anytime right away. So there's no PvP here, but they did implement this thing where people have talked about wanting to have it be a little bit harder, or have the possibility of playing harder. So there's a new mode where you talk to an NPC, and maybe we'll run into one of them later and I can show you, where basically you talk to the NPC and you choose your difficulty level. So you can play on normal mode, no problem. The game is basically as it normally is for you on, the other legendary server and on the live servers. You can choose to make it harder for yourself, and then you can choose, I think the difficulties are, and Affadil, feel free to pop this in the chat because you know this pretty well, what the difficulty levels are. So, because there's normal, and there's like hard, and there's deadly, I think is what it is. So, and each of the two harder ones, like the hard and the difficulty or whatever it is, dangerous and difficult? No, dangerous and deadly, dangerous and hard. See, I have talked to the NPC. Basically, one of those has two titles that you can get. One you get at 50, and then one you get at 130 maybe. And the other one has even more titles, like the same. I think you get maybe a different version of the title at this and that. There we go. Okay, so B4 and Forrest put it in the chat. Thank you. So he is very big on deeds because he knows the deed tracker. He's big on the deed tracker, having created it. So I count on him to remind me of these things. And in fact, let me do a little quick pitch for the plugin community out there. So the deed tracker is a plugin. All right, so there we go. So there's 4 deeds available, and they follow the app. So if you get to 50th level playing through whatever it is, say like a Bjorning, on hard difficulty or higher, achieve 130th level playing as that Bjorning on hard difficulty or higher, and then achieve 50th playing as a Bjorning on difficulty or any of the other difficulties, difficulty +1, +2, +3, +4, or sorry, deadly difficulty, and then achieve 130th playing through that Bjorning on deadly. It can be deadly +1, +2, +3, +4, etc. I think we chose deadly, just straight up deadly. We went with straight up deadly. I was thinking we were going to do deadly +3, but I think we just did straight up deadly. Oh, right. We're trying to make it through. So deadly doesn't matter which level of deadly you take. Like deadly could be deadly +6, which is the hardest, or deadly +0, which is what we're doing. And you still get the same title for deadly. So we went ahead and chose that because somebody I know wants to try and get to level 20 without dying, so they can get that undying title. Or, yeah. So there we go. All right, so that's what's happening there. So, oh, now I have a quest item. Yes. Well, no, I don't want to. Okay, so we are here at the Midsummer Festival, and we are on Treebeard, which means our experience is halted a bit. We are earning 40% of the normal amount of experience that you would gain. This is why Treebeard is the slower one. And then we have our subscriber buffs because we're VIP, so I went ahead and picked those up yesterday. And then right now is a crafting weekend. We'll come back to that. Okay, let's get moving. Where are we in our festival chain? We just did floral crowns because I wasn't thinking earlier and I did that off camera. So my apologies for that, y'all who are wanting to see that. So let me pull up. So what I've been doing is I went and created a like a run through so I could remember what I'm supposed to do at the festival, because this one it's Minas Tirith, right? So we've got, you know, all these different layers. Why is my map over here? That's weird. But we've got all these different layers to go up, right? So it's not like your normal festival. It's a little different. And so there's times when I'm like, I've got the groove, but then I forget where I'm trying to go. And so I wrote up a little quick summary for myself. Here, I'll put that in the link. Where I just go, okay, yes, I did this. Okay, now I go do that. So I think we just did floral crowns. And so after we're finished with her, we're going to go back to the stable master, which is north. All right, ready to go north? Let us go. Oop, I've left you behind. All right, here we go. So we're gonna go back up to the stable master, and we're gonna take that up to the soldiers tier.
These are troublesome times.
And because we have been here already, we came in yesterday. So when you first start on the Midsummer Festival, you have access to get from the bottom tier, that city stables, to the top tier, to the high stables. But all the other stables are locked. And if you, even though, so like check the stable master, right? It's not blue, it's not all blue shiny like when you haven't met somebody. But yet, if you don't take a moment, excuse me, bug, to talk to them, they still stay, they stay locked. So when you get up here the first time, make sure you stop and say hi. Otherwise, it'll be quite confusing. Because you'll go, I want to get back on that stable, and then you don't have it, and then it doesn't make sense. You don't know why. Very annoying. Okay, so we've said hi to Borlak, and I see that Affadil's over there giving him compliments on his outfit. There we go. No burning tea on me. Excellent. All right, so here I go. I'm following Affadilio. And, okay, so let me move this over a little bit so I can see what we're doing. Affadil, do you have that up on your screen also? Oh, awesome. we both have been using my guide a lot. It's really quite funny. And it assumes, now the guide does assume that you kind of, here we can jump this. The guide kind of assumes that you've been here before and you have an idea of what you're doing. Like, it doesn't go into the details. And I say this at the beginning of the guide, that basically, you know, if you're new to this Midsummer Festival, go and check out Fibro Jedi's guide. His guide is so good. Actually, let me follow you for a minute, and I will put in, I think it's under Festival. I know this is just going to be like the beginning of this is just going to be all links, right? But there you go. So Fibro Jedi, fibrojedi.me.uk, he does like this fantastic guide for things all the time. Hey, there's no minstrel. They must have just been shooed away. Okay. And so yeah, he always puts together these fantastic guides, and each year he goes and he updates them as well. So in the days leading up with whatever information that we have, because just like me and others, like, we're fans of the game. We don't have like advanced knowledge of things. You know, we watch Court of the Rings, basically, you know, on Fridays, and listen to what they have to say and try and pick up any, you know, what clues and cues we can get there of what they're talking about. So that's how we knew that these legendary servers were coming, because Cord had Severlin, who's the executive producer for Lord of the Rings and SSG, on a couple weeks ago. And Sev's just like, all of a sudden he's like, hey, we should tell him what we've got coming up this month. And it was just like, no fanfare, just, oh yeah, we've got this thing, we should really, you know, let's talk about that. It was hilarious, because you could tell Cord was like, you know, do we want to introduce it, or like, Sev was just like, oh, let's talk about it. So that was pretty funny. So we got a lot of really interesting detail at that point. Okay, cool. And then one of the things that came out of that was, like, I think, was it that time, or maybe at a different time, that Cord showed a screenshot of the difficulty options, and it was slightly different than what it is in the game, I believe. And so basically what they did is, like, how you've noticed I'm having trouble keeping track of them: deadly, difficult, deadly, don't die, whatever they all are. And because they went ahead and sorted them alphabetically instead of by the difficult level. So I think they're gonna undo that and put it out as with the next patch. I was reading on the forums to redo it so it's by difficulty level, which would be great. Okay, so you'll notice, I'll just point this out real quick, that I came over here and just like, bam, pick the right one right away. So this is what you're looking at, is this right here. I'm gonna get my UI out of the way. So do you see how the glasses are in this kind of V formation over here, and they make kind of a little line over here? I think of them, they kind of remind me of constellations. And so I look at that, and that is where the wrong glasses are. So you have to find the glass that's not one of those, and that's the one you're looking for. Okay, so, and we found it. So we're gonna grab this barrel. And now, I see a Hobbit in the shelves. Well, that's so funny, I can't get up there with you. Oh, now I could have. Okay, anyway. Now we're gonna head back up the stairs. Are you being followed by a blue firefly? Oh, that was the other person. That's awesome. How cute. The blue firefly that person has there, I believe, is one of the Midsummer pets that you can, that you can obtain with Midsummer tokens. So my hope is, okay, so the festivals, usually with the way the festivals work, just to kind of recap in case this is not like, apparently I know a lot about festivals, and not everybody knows everything that I know, and I just kind of assume that people do. And so then I have to take a moment and be like, right, not everybody knows this. So I'll just mention to you all that most of the festivals have some sort of a daily wrapper. And that's what one of the things that we're working on right here. So I'm running out the door. So you go and you talk to like the daily quest giver, who in this festival, she's on the bottom level, and it'll give you this wrapper right here. So participate celebration of Midsummer, and it says participate in the celebration of Midsummer, and I'm at 2 out of 10. So basically, it's like the quest giver is like, hey, go out into the world and go enjoy this festival and do at least X number of activities. And in this case, it's 10. During the anniversary festival, it was 7, which is good because that one doesn't have a lot of quests that you can actually do. This one is fabulous. There are so many quest options you can do. You could almost get 20 in a day. I'm not sure if you could actually get 20 in a day. I haven't counted. But wow, there's so many options, and it makes me very happy. Because I love that. I love it when it kind of matches the rest of the game in that you can set your own style, and I like that. That makes me happy that you can kind of do what makes sense to you, because there are things, and we'll do it here on stream in a little bit. There are places we can go outside of Minas Tirith that are festival activities. We teleport down, babe. I believe. After Muma can keep, use milestone. Yep. Yeah, there's some outside. So usually the festivals have like something going on in the Shire, in South Eredlune where the elves are, in North Eredlune where the dwarves are, and who did I miss? Hobbits. Oh, humans. Bree. So usually there's something going on in each of those 4 areas that relates to the festival, and this is no exception. So we will do some of that in a little bit. All right, so let's see. After Stable Master to Craftsman's tier, dismount and ride down. Got it. We've got this weird bug, or maybe there's multiples of them, flying around the house, and I saw it walking on the wall, which kind of freaked me out. And it looks like a miniature scorpion with a little tail all twirled up. I'm like, ugh! So that made me a little nervous. I think that's what's flying around me right now. Ugh. Creepy bugs for the summer. We're moving in a month, so we'll have a house that has screens. I'm pretty excited about that. Yes. I'm excited about all sorts of things about the house, actually. That's just one of many, many of the neato things. All right, so we're going to talk to this worried woman over here. And now somebody gave me a tip the other day, which I didn't know. But the dog that has the ring does come over here by this planter, kind of like to taunt her. And so if you just hang out here, eventually the dog with the ring will come by. Found it. Okay. I mean, it's worked so far. Sometimes you kind of stand around for a few minutes though. So I might end up changing it so I go chasing dogs, but man, it's a lot easier than chasing dogs. So one of the fun things, I mean, I'm all over the place today. I apologize. There's like so many things. Squirrel, 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 squirrel. One of the things about starting on a new server is like you have no money, right? You have no resources. Like you are starting from scratch. And so kinships, when you start from scratch, they have different levels, lifespan ranks, as they're called. And we just went up. I see that in our kinship chat. We just went up to rank 2, which is 24 hours. Which means we can now have a message of the day in our kinship, which is great. So I see that you went ahead and updated that. Thank you so much, honey. Because yeah, I will put, I don't know, I'll put something entertaining into the message of the day. Yes, celebration, woohoo! So rank 2 is, rank 2 is what we're, oh right, of course you got that one. Rank 3, they go over time. I had the wiki page open. I think I've closed it already. But yeah, it's like, 24 hours, then like 1 week and 1 month and 2 months and 3 months. So at 3 months, which is rank 7, is when you can finally get a kin house. So I was like, we are starting a kinship like first day, first hour that I possibly can, because it costs like 5 silver to get a kinship. And you'll note that I have up here 23 silver, and it costs 5 silver to get a kinship. So already it was like, money was like, yeah, it was a little tough. If you want to use mine, go ahead. If you want to swap those out. Talking about fans here. We've been running our fans a little bit recently, although today is lovely. It's like 17 degrees, down probably to 15 by this point, and I'm enjoying that. But it does get a little warm in here sometimes. Mm-hmm. What did I miss? Sent me a mail. Oh, so Affodil has, all right, more money. Look at that. I'm rich. Woo woo. I'm up to 273. That's fantastic. Thank you. So one thing you can do when you're starting a new character on a new server and you don't have any resources and or maybe you don't have any friends as well, let's say brand new, trying to go from scratch, right, is farming. So you go get a farmer and plant, 25 of something, and then harvest it and shuck it, and then you sell it, aside from the stuff that you're keeping for like scholar stuff and whatnot. And then you go and you buy like 50, and you plant it and harvest it and shuck it, and you just kind of keep cycling through that sort of thing. Sean Quad, you've already blown through the 100 silver you were gifted last night. So yes, you're helping decorate Minas Tirith, exactly. Yeah, so Affodil there's got a farmer, and they've been getting our kinship some money. I mean, it's small trickles, but it's nice. Now I don't feel so bad using the 1 silver for travel to get around Minas Tirith, because it's a little crazy. I started, so I wasn't sure what I was going to want. Oh, hang on, let me travel while I'm talking. I wasn't sure what I was going to want. So I started this character, and then, so there's a dealio, squirrel, right? If you, so there's a way to do, let me see if I have this on screen so you can see it. So if you have there's 4 vocations that you can do. And if you do those 4, there's actually like 7 different vocations you could choose. But if you choose those specific 4, which are historian, tinker, armorer, and woodsman, then that covers all the different professions you could have. So prospector, tailor, farmer, it covers everything. Let's see. Oh, we do that round trip thing again. To craftsman's tier. Awesome. So that's what we were trying to do, is we were like, okay, what are, the 4, we should, between the 2 of us, get 4 characters. Oops, and then I dismount again. Get 4 characters that will cover those 4 vocations, and then we have all the professions covered between the 2 of us, to make our lives easier. And then of course we can help out with, kin stuff and all that as well. And there's a pause. I must have just leveled. I did. Woo woo, level 7. So let me tell you, if you ever played Lord of the Rings Online, by the time you get to level 7, usually it's been way less than 24 hours. So I'm just gonna point that out there. All right, I'm gonna make sure I've got a virtue earning just in case we get any virtue XP. Okay, so we're going to take Stable Master over to Players tier, which is the other side of this tier. Basically, there's a ramp that goes up to the Players tier from here. So the thing is, you resolve while you're on the ramp. And so basically, we're halfway between Players tier and Craftsman's tier, and we need to go back to Craftsman. But this part of it, so that's kind of like, the quickest way. This guide is based on that you don't mind spending 1 silver at each of those stable masters to get you around, and that you want to do it quickly. Like, this is the quickest way I can think of to do this route. Do I want to put it up on my screen? I suppose I could. That might take a little. Okay. Add a source. Okay. I'll do that here in a minute. Okay, so let me think. I had like 3 other trains of thought that we were discussing, and now I have like totally gone off. Okay, so when you're doing a festival, you've got your daily quest giver, and they want you to go do 10 things. Now, if you do those 10 things and you turn it in, then over time, usually 3 days, here, I'll follow you for a minute. Here we go. So that celebration of Midsummer, that's your daily. So if you do that, do 10 activities, Then we go back to her. She's going to give us 5 Midsummer tokens, which is really awesome because most of these quests are giving us 3. So it's a bit of a bonus. It's like, you know, way more than you get from just one quest. So anyway, it's cool. Now that then works towards this one, which is a fondness for festivity. And there's, I think, 4 versions of this. So there's the intro and then the next one, the next one, the next one. So you do this 3 times. Go ahead and grab it. So you go ahead and do this 3 times, this daily wrapper. And once you've done it the 3rd time, it completes this, and it gives you Figments of Splendor. It gives you universal crafting ingredients to make your stuff crit. And then it gives you some virtue experience, so lots of good stuff there. Oh, hey, hello, Hungry Guard. Would you like some food? I shall feed you. All right, I'm gonna grab these wedding supplies, and then I'll grab the ones that are around the corner as well, because that, oh, I'm only at 3. Of course I am, because I only got 1 in the thing. I have kind of a rhythm that I do when I'm by myself, and we have a slightly different rhythm we do when we're together. And I was doing one by myself earlier, and so I kind of forgot the duo rhythm for forgetting the wedding supplies. The wedding supplies are one of those where it's like one person gets it and the next person can't. They have to wait. But if you come back like a couple minutes later, they'll be back, and then you can grab them then. So that's often what we do, because when we're done here, we have to go back to that cook that we started with anyway. So it usually works out pretty fine for like me to grab one set and them to grab the other set, and then we just swap pretty much on our way back. It's no big deal. And in fact, we often go back to the Hall of Crafting before we go to the top. So, well, not always, sometimes. So that would be another option, but it's just easier to get them down here because then you have it out of the way. Okay, so there's some floral arrangements. That floral arrangements quest is one that you have to do over multiple tiers. So, you know, these are the sorts of things that you want to remember to do this, do that kind of thing. So barrels of ale you get on 4 different tiers. So that's one that you have to make sure you catch them as you go along. All right, so. Oh, there's a nice graphic. Yes, on the LOTRO wiki, they've got this really cool graphic of the 4, you know, and how they, those 4 different things and how they intersect. So it's pretty cool. All right. I think my tech support is going to jump in here and try and help me out so I can show you my little guide. Oh, hey, while we're doing that, I can show you what's behind me. So for those of you who follow along, I'm often working on some craft. It finally hit me. Like I started crocheting like 7 years ago, but I hadn't been doing any like recently. And then, you know, that sitting at home bug hit me. So not the bug, like I didn't get COVID, but just the whole, hey, I want to get things done. I want to do things. I want to have fun things. So I started crocheting again in earnest, and I've made this blanket, and I made another blanket because we had finished a first blanket. So then I made the second blanket, and then I made a third blanket, and I've just kept going. So this is a shawl that I'm working on, and it's called Goldberry. That's the name of the pattern. So that's pretty awesome. I'm trying to see which is the right side. There's a ridge in here. I don't know, one of these sides is the right side. It looks basically the same on both sides. So it's got kind of like this color changing as you go along. So it's got a mottled part kind of thing to it. So now I ran out of yarn at that point. So I can either finish it and it would be really small like that, which is not what I want. I want a big honkin' shawl. So I went ahead and got the same yarn, but in slightly different colors. And so we've got this that will then continue on with Goldberry. So it's gonna be cool. So it's got kind of like a story going where they start off in the Shire, and then they get to the fruity trees and whatnot, and then they're gonna get into like the greens of the trees, and then come out to the water of the oceans and stuff. This is what kind of the storyline I have going with that shawl. So that is happening, and then the blanket that I've been working on here. This one is getting closer and closer to done. I did a whole bunch of tulips on there, and so then I've got to the point where the border is more done, and then I did a single crochet of green along there, and then I think I'm gonna do, it looks kind of like stars, like starfish almost, but it's kind of like, I don't know, it reminds me of petals. So I think I'm gonna do that to finally finish that off. Okay, is that actually on the screen? Are you all following along with me? That's cool. Thank you. Okay, oops, I gotta turn this in. Okay, sweet. So I have spoken to the sweet treats lady. Oh, you probably couldn't see her. She's covered behind. She was behind me on the screen. Okay, so we are. Yep, we just did that, and now we are going up the nearby ramp. Take the stable to the soldiers tier. Turn in artistic direction, and then pop back up. So basically, because we're next to a stable master right here, that's what where it's like, hey, let's do this real quick. So we're gonna pop back over to the soldiers tier and to that artist that wanted us to pick up things from 3 different people. So this like, we can just get this out of the way real quick because we're right next to a stable master. So yes, hello folks in chat. Welcome. If you haven't, if you weren't here at the beginning, we are in on Treebeard, the new server, one of the new two new servers, Lord of the Rings Online. And we are, of course, doing the festival because, you know, that's what I do. So, thank you for the compliments. Now, the shawl pattern is not my pattern. I found it online, and it was already named Goldberry, so I can't take credit for that. But I was just so happy when I saw it, and I like the look of it. And of course I love the name of it. And in the pattern, she writes in a whole bunch of things and like quotes and yeah, it's lovely. So it takes you along a story as you're creating the shawl, which I just thought that's pretty dang neat. So, yep. All right, so we are giving some treats to these nobles. So we are up to the players tier here. So we're doing tasty morsels. Oops, let me stop and say hi to this person.
What can I do for you?
All right, cool. Every time we come up to this person, Abigail goes nuts because this character, she says, does it have nuts? I detest nuts. No nuts? Oh, very well then, give it here. It needs for something. Nuts, perhaps? Oops, I'm behind a railing. Let's see if I can get out of there. There we go. All right, and then we continue on to the, what's this? Is this the Mumakan Keep? Oh no, the Blue Theater. We can continue to the Blue Theater. You love cookies. You love cookies? I mean, I like cookies. That seems random. Did I mention cookies? Oh, nuts. Well, I don't think they're giving out cookies. I think it's... What is he giving out? Tasty morsels. Oh, okay. So anyway, yeah. In here, we often use the Shift F10. So F10 is like select a person. Now, F10 is by default the LOTRO one. Pretty sure. Come up here and talk to Holler. So in the key bindings, here I'll show you. In the options, in your key mapping, there's all these things that are already set up for you. And you can adjust those. You don't have to go with the default. I, in fact, have made so many changes that at one point somebody was like, well, just, you know, set your stuff back to the beginning, you know, to default, and then, you know, just reset that one that you've changed. I'm like, I've changed like 100 things in my settings. Like, that would take a long time. It's better to just try and figure out what's wrong rather than trying to reset it and start over. I'd have to take screenshots, I suppose. Anyway, so yeah, F10 is like, you know, select the person nearby, which in this case was quite handy. Hi, Paula. We are directing these people to go backstage because they're part of a musical, the music group that's supposed to be performing, and they are not on stage. And the guy who runs the theater is like, hey, can you go round them up? And there's 6 of them. So when you come in here, it's hard to find them sometimes. So we do F10, but if you do that, sometimes the person you're looking for isn't right there. Like right now, we're focused on Danar. And if I click F10, it's going to take me right back to her. But if you can set it, and I've set mine to Shift F10, it takes me to the next NPC that's nearby, which in this case, there aren't any. Yeah, there's nobody nearby. All right, so let's keep moving. Do I do raids? Not as often as I do festivals. And thank you, before. So yeah, so in your key mapping, just to kind of finish this thought here, you can select next NPC. And so you've got like select nearest NPC is F10, select next NPC is Shift 10, and currently minus to select previous NPC is Control F10. Let me close that. Thank you. I'm not sure that, so I really struggle with getting the keys clicked quickly. Like my fingers just don't want to do that quickly. So, which is probably one of the reasons why I don't do raids as much, because I just don't click as quickly as some folks do. And I think that is, you know, you have to be like sometimes, especially with some of the raids. Now, I haven't tried, what's the big one everybody loves? Rummer Chant? I haven't tried that yet. We gotta do flowers in the middle. Okay, I'm going to the middle. So I haven't tried Rummer Chant yet. We've done a number of the other ones though. We just got some characters to 130. Oh gosh, maybe it was 6 months ago now. It's probably been a while, actually, now that I think about it. So, yeah, and over on Evernight, we got some characters up to 130. And so we've done a few of the max level stuff. We do enjoy like the level 50 stuff. There's the Rift of Ner'zgashu. That one I find fun. And what's the other one? Oh, nice. Hey, I just finished the intro. Ruby. And that's what? How many? Oh, now I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that right now. I think you know what? I wasn't paying attention. So yes, after we do that, we were supposed to take our milestones. So it saved transition time. All right, well, it's thinking. So I just completed 20 quests in Midsummer. Ta-da! So we are working on clearing through a bunch of these. Okay, so what's next? The next one is, let's see. After that, use milestone, go to high stables, but when you resolve, dismount. So high stables. High stables. Cool. So we have dismounted. Zoop. And we remount. And then we're going to continue on. Now, the next two tiers, 5 and 6, you could do in either order. Here, I'll scroll up so you can hopefully see both of those at the same time, or most of it. There we go. So yeah, you can do these in either order. Affodil definitely prefers to do this tier, number 6, first, and then do number 5, and then milestone. So if you don't have, so if you have a 5-minute milestone, because that's what we have, we went ahead and spent the LOTRO points and got our 5-minute milestone, you know, travel times on this server, because again, brand new server, right? You don't have anything. I mean, we've got like 1 milestone skill. You've got, I'm a hunter of level 7. I have nothing. I can't take anybody anywhere. I mean, it's just crazy, you know. And you get so used to all these things. It's like, yeah, it's like starting from scratch. It's a whole different experience, and it's so much fun. It's so funny because, like I said, the XP leveling on this is so different. So, for example, like when you go through the introduction with like a Hobbit or a human, you know, those kinds of folks, elves, whatnot, you have like this whole storyline that you do, right? And you're going, you're defeating things, and you're earning XP as you go. So by the time you come out, you're level 5 or so, right? So I did the High Elf introduction, and because there's not, you know, a bunch of things that I'm defeating and whatnot, I'm not getting a lot of experience in the introduction. So I came out of the introduction, and again, because we're getting 40% of our normal XP, I was level 3. I was like, I'm level 3 in Calendim, and like, you know, there's all these things you can't do. Like I couldn't talk to the lady who gives us the VIP stuff. I couldn't pick up my writing skill yet. because I have journeyman writing. I went ahead and bought that like a year ago, and oh my gosh, it's like the gift that keeps on giving. It's so fantastic. So yeah, I mean, like all of those things I couldn't, there was all these things I couldn't do because I was level 3 and I'm so used to being level 5 when you come out of there. Whereas opposed to like Affodil was level 5, maybe even 6 at that point. So it was really funny. I've been like catching up since we started. It's really funny. What did you say? Yeah, yay, level 8. Oh, yeah, because you're level 8 now. Which is, oh, you just hit level 8. Oh, so I am catching up to you. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, so funny. So that is so wild to be, level 7 and still, like, normally you're level 10 just like that. Like, you don't even have to blink and you're there. Like, we have some alt accounts on Evernight and on Laurelin, actually. And I've like, every so often I'll level one of them up to like 15 so I can have them go buy a house. So that way, as we fill in the neighborhood, we have more storage and stuff like that. And we just have it open to like the kinship or whatever. And so it was really funny because you can get them to 15. Like you can kind of like you can do here. You just go and do some farming for a little while and for like a day or two. And, you'll be level 15 and you'll have enough money to go buy a house, or you just feed yourself some money from one of your other characters. And yeah, so the fact that I'm like level 7 here still, it's so funny. It's fantastic because you see people in World and they're like, oh my gosh, these veil flies in Kellendim almost took me out. It's great. Like the landscape stuff is just so much harder because you're not just zooming past it. It's fantastic.
Greetings, friends.
So this is another location that really benefits, and I'm kind of riding on Affodil's coattails here, to find these healers. So there's 6 healers that you have to find throughout this space, and you're giving them thank you notes, which is really sweet. They've treated people during the festival and whatnot, and yeah, so they're helping people. So we're helping them. We're giving them thank you notes that have been sent from the postmaster up to the healers. So yes, again, the shift F10 is definitely your friend in here, and I would be doing that if I weren't like talking and using my hands and all of that, because again, with the shifting, the touch, clicking and whatnot, it's I have to really work at it to get my fingers to hit everything at the same time. So when I'm in here with Affodil, I just follow Affodil around. Say like, look, Ma, no hands. It's fantastic. I love it. So yeah, I think F10 is bound by default to be the next one. Is to click on the nearest NPC. Shift F10. I think I might have had to program that one. I think it might have been something else, or maybe it was. So F10, see I have to point at my keyboard to remember what I'm doing here, right? F10 is the next person, and then you've got this equivalent thing for thing. So like if you're trying to click on, things on the ground and, finding flowers or whatever it is you're looking for. So normally that is delete and U for use, and delete for, oh, I'm gonna follow you again. Delete for the selecting, and yeah, thank you. Delete for selecting, and then U for the using. But I like having keys really close to one another, so I've rebound mine so to be like delete. So I'm clicked on the barrel of ale, and then the thing right next to it, so it's like brunk, 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 brunk. So I just make that easier for myself. So it's no longer U for me, it's the other one. And you can have like 2 or 3 different keys for the same thing. So I may even left it of you, I'm not sure. So you can have multiple things. So if like maybe your left hand's doing stuff and your right hand's doing stuff, and depending on the situation. So you could have it be in different bindings all over your keyboard if you wanted to. And all over your mouse even if you want to, because I've got one of these cool mice that has all the stuff on the side. So I've actually bound those keys on the mouse to, oh, do we teleport down now? No. We don't? Okay. Oh, we haven't done this building. Right on, thank you. We teleport down after this building. That's why I need the guide. So yeah, I've bound the keys on the side, like 1 through 12, to match 1 through 12, like on here, on the bottom. And so then, like, the control and whatnot. So, but I'm really bad. Like, I haven't been spending a lot of time in combat. So I'm like, I will just as often click on them on here. It's almost to the point where maybe I should rebind some of the, because I do 1 through 3. Like, I'm constantly using those as these here, and then I kind of taper off pretty heavily. So I almost should rebind some of those to be other things. I don't know. We'll see. Why do combat when you can do festivals? I mean, that's kind of. I spend a lot of time at festivals. I have fun with it. It makes me happy. And then I also do like following the epic line. Now we also enjoy doing completionists. So like completing all the deeds in an area. I'm gonna say hi to Caladan, but I don't think. Well, yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna do his thing. Other people are doing his thing, so I'm just gonna wave at him. Hey, bud, you're a doof. We're just gonna tell you you're a doof. So basically, he's been writing, trying to write a love letter by curbing off of other works throughout the ages, and he's a terrible writer and a terrible plagiarist. So the woman who his affections are on has noted this and is not interested, as far as we can tell, because she has gone and opened a window and let his papers go flying all over, and so he's asked you to go find his papers for him. So that's what he's doing. But I've noticed that so like they're flying around, like there'll be an envelope flying around up here. There's one that'll be floating around over back in this area by the seats. So if you have more than like 3 people doing it, so you'll see this person's doing it also. So there's 1, 2, there's another one. Yeah, I'm just like, not gonna do it. Because you'll notice that we have floral crowns. We need to turn that in up at the top. Honoring healers, gotta turn that into the postmaster on level 3. Lightning in a bottle, we're gonna come back to. Wonder if we should have done that first. Oh well. Something floral, turn it in, turn it in, turn it in. Oh, I missed a wedding supply. All right, I think I might go and do the postmaster next then, actually. I'm gonna just port down to the bottom and go up to the craftsman's tier and go turn into the postmaster and see if there's a crate of wedding supplies near there. Whoops. So we've started a kinship over here on Treebeard. We're very relaxed. The plan that Affadil and I have is we're going to continue to do the completionist thing with these characters. Our 130s over on Evernight are also our completionist characters, but we're gonna go with characters number 2 that are going to be completionists. But this will be great because we can take these characters and like go with others and run around in the Shire and be doing stuff in the Shire basically on level because of the experience being so low. We're not just going to out level those slugs right away. So that's going to be kind of fun. Like I'm really kind of keen on this. I think this is cool. So that's our plan. So if you are also very chill and are looking for a group to just enjoy spending time with, our hope is to get together as a group, like to have a couple locations throughout the week that somebody in the kinship is spending time with other people in the kinship, basically. So we're in the Netherlands, so we're European time. We're Central European time. And so evenings for us are fine, but that's basically usually daytime for the US folks, so you would need to be like retired if you're in the US, and or you're here in Europe. But on the other hand, like there are people in the kin who are in the US and could, just as easily gather together with other people in the US. We're going to take high stables, and do some stuff in the evenings as well. So my hope is that, throughout the week, there might be a day or two for our kinnies to gather together. And then hopefully like on a Saturday or a Sunday, we might be able to start gathering together and be like, hey, you know, let's go hit the Shire. And we're just going to like, you know, go deliver pies and deliver mail and, you know, go talk to Lobelia and go deal with her fireworks, go destroy her fireworks. And yes. So, okay. So yes, be chickens. So speaking of being chickens, so as you know, again, we're on a brand new server here, right? We haven't done anything. And that includes our chicken time. And we enjoy doing the chicken sessions that you can do that you get at Sanson's farm in the Shire. So we're going to do that at some point.
What can I do for you?
Now, in terms of just like
What can I do for you?
scheduling, just kind of keeping that in mind, this week, of course, during the stream, during Heart of a Hobbit here, we are doing the festival. And next week, because they extended the festival, we'll have another week of festival time. So we'll be doing a Midsummer festival again next week. So if there's something specific you want to see in the festival, definitely let me know, because I can make sure we queue that up for, you know, for next week. Speaking of specific, oh, we got to pop down to the bottom, but, well, I'm on, yeah, the fireflies are out. We should go do that. So that is, we need to go do ruby fireflies in the Rushock Bog. Rushock Bog, I'm pretty sure, is the Shire one. Isn't that the one with the slugs? I think it is. So, unfortunately, our milestones are on cooldown for another minute and a half. We could just run down to the stable master and take it down, turn in our quest, turn in the wrapper, and then so you can take the stable master from the city stables. They're the ones that are kind of like the how to get in and out of Minas Tirith. So they can port you to like South Bree. I think they have Mickle Delving, so they probably have Calendum. Probably. Oh, hey, South Dana. Possibly Thorns Hall as well. Yeah. So you know the starter areas, right? Those, yeah. So that's why we're probably gonna go and check in with this stable master, because I'll show you. She will only have Minas Tirith ones, because see, we're still the high stables. So notice that she. Oh no. Look at that. I am wrong. That's okay. I don't mind being wrong. So how about Mickle Delving? Yeah? Yeah, let's do Mickle Delving. Sweet. We're going to do Mickle Delving. Now, to get back into Minas Tirith, you can only get to the bottom, to the city stables, though. I'm almost sure on that. Now I'm questioning myself. I'm like, oh, I'm wrong. So, oh my gosh. So it was so funny yesterday when we started. Or do you want to follow me or should I follow you? Follow me. Okay. Following. That, like, because I'm a high elf. So I started in Calendum. And Affadil's a hobbit. So she started here in the Shire. And it was so funny because I'm like, I'm going to go meet up with her. And so I got myself over here. But of course, the stable master was like blue. So I had to introduce myself. Oh, hey, let's see if Bingo's here. Bingo is here now. Oh, we should say hi. Hi, Bingo. We have to assess the food. We'll come back to that. We're not going to do that now. But that's good to go ahead and pick that up and get that started. Yay! Bingo was not there yesterday. So some of us were theorizing that maybe they turned him off for this server because, you know, our cap is level 50 and that maybe they didn't want, you know, because Bingo can only go so far before the cap increases. Now, their plan with this server, because this is Treebeard, this is the slow server, is to increase the cap like every 5 or 6 months. Oh, because, so back on Anor, and somewhat on Ithel, but really Anor, because Ithel was kind of like the overflow for Anor. And then, so that's why Ithel got closed recently, because they just, like, were trying to consolidate everybody who's on that legendary experience back to Anor or elsewhere, but basically closed Ithel. So, okay, so the experience on Anor is that it's currently 105 is the cap. And every time they go to increase the cap, there's basically, you have two camps of people that are, you know, vocal. You have people that are like, make it go faster, make it go faster. And then you have the people who are like, no, slow down, I'm not ready. So I think they took those lessons, and that's why they did Treebeard and Shadowfax. So their current plan, as they stated in the chat, was that they're going to increase the cap here on Treebeard about every 5 to 6 months. So right now we're at level 50, so we've got 5 or 6 months to enjoy, you know, slowly moving ourselves up to level 50 and then enjoying the cap level experience there, which I am very excited about because, oh, here's where I'm going to put that Shift F10 into use. I'm really excited about that because level 50, there's a handful of things that you can do at level 50, and yeah, I think I'm really glad that we're going to hopefully have time to just enjoy being at level 50 for a little while. It's so funny. There's people on this server already who are level 50, but I guess they've stated that they really enjoy the content at level 50 and they just want to be there and enjoy that for as long as they can. So, all right, if that makes them happy, cool. And, you know, then they can use that character to go off and do resource gathering for maybe some of their lower level characters to help them out with their crafting. So, you know, everybody's got their own style. Okay, so we're out here collecting fireflies, and you'll see on my mini radar at the top. Here, I'm gonna ditch this. How do I make this go away? Yeah, but which input is it? Thank you. Fantastic. Okay, so you'll see on my mini map over here, we've got all these rings on the map. So thankfully that means that there's plenty of fireflies. And even when we use up all these fireflies, like once we've caught a whole bunch of them, they do respawn, you know, like in a huge chunk. So the only time we ran into having to wait very long was, I think it was the two of us and like one other person was also catching fireflies at the same time. And so then we were like, oh, okay, well, we're out of fireflies. We'll just have to wait for a minute. But they come back really fast, so it's not a big deal. Oh, am I taking your fireflies or are you following me? Oh, I'm at my 12. So you only need to catch 12. And then you are done. So now it says, talk to Marilyn. That's the lady back in Minas Tirith. So we gotta go all the way back to Minas Tirith. So are you ready? Yeah. Awesome, let's go. Oh, Blackberry Bear, I totally missed what you were talking about. That sounds fun. I don't know what you're referencing. But yes, I'm sure it does. I got distracted by the fireflies. So yeah, that's the experience that we are enjoying here so far. Oops, I forgot to turn in my wrapper. This is day 2 for me. Boom. So then tomorrow I'll finish one of the wrappers over the daily wrapper. Hi, Stables. And then, so for day 4, I'll get a new Uber wrapper over the dailies. And then, so you'll have one for 4, 5, 6, then another one for 7, 8, 9, and then another one for 10, 11, 12. And that's the end of this festival. Like there's 12 days of Uber wrappers that you can get that give you extra goodies. Like the Virtue and the Figments and extra tokens and, you know, all that goodies. All those goodies. I'm a fan. There are benefits to subscribing to LOTRO, says Mubot. Become a VIP. Yeah, we are VIPs. And actually, that is a good point. Treebeard and Shadowfax, and we'll talk about Shadowfax eventually once I stop talking about everything else. Okay, so you have to come up here and you turn this into her. And then she's like, cool, here we go. We put them in lanterns. Go put these out. And where do ruby fireflies go? Hall of Air. Ooh, I like the Hall of Air. It's hard to get to. So let's see. Ruby. I'll pull up my quick notes here. Oh, it's on Sage's tier. So here we are, Sage's 5th tier. And when you came down the ramp to get to the 5th tier, everything was off to your right. Like the 2 buildings that you're going to are off to your right. Now, unfortunately, the Hall of Air is completely the opposite direction. Here, I'll show you on the mappity. So here we are, and these tiers are a little hard to read sometimes, but basically the stuff when you come down the ramp, uh-oh, do I need to be paying attention? Okay, well I'll show you actually on the screen. So when you come down this ramp, everything you want to do is those 2 buildings you need to go to are right there. But it's right over here. But unfortunately, we want to go to the Hall of Air. Oh, it's why it's not showing. Boom. Which is all the way around at the very end of this tier. Now, the good news is that as you get further and further up the tiers, thankfully, they get smaller. So riding from one end to the other doesn't take as long as it does, like, say, if we were back down at the city stables or something. But so yeah, so that's what we're doing. Is so we're gonna go to those to the ruby firefly lanterns. There, it's at the Hall of Air. So yeah, you end up kind of having to do this one separately from the other things. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close that back out. So you can see the Hall of Air because it's actually quite pretty. And I think it would be lovely for like concerts and other like kin gatherings and stuff like that. Because yeah, like Affodil just ran over here, like this is just gorgeous up here. It's so beautiful. You can see so much down there. Check it out. That is available as a purchasable item now this year. They added that into the inventory for Midsummer Festival. And the I think I see like there you go. The tall topiary-ish, not topiary, that's not quite the word. The thing that's all dribbling with flowers that we were next to when the lady with the dog who took her ring. You can get that for your house. You can get that last year. Okay, so these two servers are legendary servers, Shadowfax and Treebeard, which means you have to be VIP in order to be able to play on them. Now you can be VIP, get it for like a month, play for a month, let it go for time, come back, and your characters will still be there as far as I'm aware. It just means you can't play during that time. Okay, so now we've put the fireflies down. Now we have to go back up. And there's no stable master near here. Yeah, all right. Affodil's gonna see if we can get close to a stable master. Okay, well, like I said, these levels aren't that big, so yeah, that's a good point actually, because the stable master coming down is at the top, so the ramp that must be going down from here must be closer to this end, because there's that it's a defensive mechanism. Okay, so we're going up to the high stables.
How may I help you, friend?
So Mina's tirith is set out so that way, because you've got these tiers and the ramps are at opposite sides, right? So you've got like from the one going from the ground up to the second tier. That always throws me off because I've Europeanized myself. We'll come back to that in a second. So basically going from the ground to the second tier, it's like the ramp is at the south, but then to go up to the next set from 2 to 3, the ramp is at the north, and then to go from 3 to 4, it's down to the south, and so it's back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But that makes sense, right? Because you don't want to make it easy for any invading forces to be able to just walk their way up the stairs. So it makes sense. Okay, there we go. So we have finished. And we are back to her to tell her that we have done what she asked us to do. And that allows us to, not finished, Flickering Flame, that advances Flickering Flame, which is a deed. The deed previously, last year, meant that you had to do each of these twice. So you had to do 2 of the rubies, 2 of the amethyst, 2 of the emeralds, and 2 of the sapphires. And they are in the different starter areas. So like with this one, we went to the Shire. There's a pond near Dooland that you do for one of the fireflies. There's the Midwater Marshes out by Bree. And then there's a place up near Gondamon that you do. So it takes you to the starter areas, which is kind of fun. But they've changed it. So if you haven't started the deed yet, you only have to do 1 each. And it gives you the Flickering Flame title and a Midsummer token once you've done that. Now you can only do it once per day though. So like you'll notice that she's like, talk to me tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. We'll talk later. So that's how you advance the Flickering Flame. And if you started it last year, it's still on the 222s. I had characters that must have started it last year because I finished it this year and they were on the 222s. Now there were some people who had a bug that it bugged out on them, so it wasn't advancing, and it was saying like 3 out of 2, 4 out of 2, but it didn't work right. So you just have to submit a ticket if you find yourself in that situation. Put in a ticket So now what we've done is we subscribe to LOTRO, and we just did the year thing. We did this like sometime last year. So we don't have to worry about like, are we VIP or not? We're like, yeah, we're on for a whole year because it's cheaper by, each month is cheaper. And we knew we were probably going to just keep it going for a while. So, yeah, so that I like being VIP also because we get the subscriber benefits, which if you haven't seen those, it comes in this little box here, and it says Subscriber Town Services, and you open it up and it gives you this menu. So you can go to the shop, like to buy and sell things, or repair. However, you don't need to repair if you're VIP and you do your subscriber buffs because, oh, it's gone by now. You get this jug and you drink it, and it turns on this subscriber buffs. It's hidden behind the thing. Let me tooltip that off here. Hang on. H for tooltip. I don't know how you get H for tooltip, but there we go. So it accelerates your crafting time, and it prevents item wear from combat crafting or defeat, which is good because people are getting defeated left, right, and center here. So, it's nice to not have to pay to repair your stuff. Right, I couldn't even pick up my subscriber buffs when I came out of the intro. So like I'm running around and I'm hitting things and I'm like, I'm getting damaged, my stuff's getting damaged. Oh, it's crazy. So when you drink that jug, it lasts for 48 hours. So you can see that I picked it up yesterday and drank it, so I need to make sure I get it in the next 24 hours so before that one runs out. But yeah, so you've got the shop, you've got access to your vault and your shared storage, and the wardrobe from here, and the auction house. So it's like your shopkeeper on the go. So convenient. I love that. So yes, so Moobot recommends you go become a VIP, and there's a good reason why. Okay, so let's talk about Shadowfax real quick. So Shadowfax is the other legendary server that they just opened. So remember how this one is. Oh yes, let's go to Bree. We're gonna need a stable master. Yeah, milestone sounds great. Okay, cool, thanks. Yeah, I have speech bubbles on so that way I can see when somebody's talking around me, because I do try to keep track of what's going on in the area, but I don't always. To the Brie cheese. Oh, I know, I saw you were talking about wanting to go do the Barrow Downs, and I don't think I'm prepared to go to the Barrow Downs yet. I'm level 7. So I think I'm going to stick to the Shire for now. West Brie, no, South Brie. Right, because we are south, so South Brie. Yeah. So remember where I was talking about in the festivals, there's like the outlying areas. There's, the 4 outlying areas, starter-ish areas. Oh, I suppose. All right. We're going to take the stable to Westbury rather than walking up. Okay. So in each of these 4 areas, there's 2 quests that also count for the festival. In fact, I did this the other day on one of my characters because she's a hunter and she has all these hunter travel skills. And I was like, zoom. I'm just going to zoom all over and do those and not bother going to Minas Tirith today because I don't know, I wasn't in the mood for it, or I can't remember why. Just thought it would be fun. Fun to try it out. So here in Bree, we're going to show you the 2 quests. And then I think we should go do all of them though. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk to Rona Turner. She is one of them. And she is a potter, and she had an assistant who knocked over a whole bunch of her stuff, which, that's not good for pottery, and it's all broken. So she needs replacement supplies. Because see, she's got all this broken pottery down here. So she wants us to go grab, what are you doing? Oh, you're climbing up there. Nah, sorry. I did not read the quest to you. I read it to you all a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. We're going to take the horse. Oh, we're going to do the race? Okay, we'll do the horse racing over here. So she wants us to pick up some clay, some logs, some willow branches to press onto. Oh, we should do the dance. We're brand new. We should dance if we want to. I'm going to dance. You could go do the thing if you want, but I'm going to dance. Yeah, you're a dance behind me. She failed the dance yesterday. So when the dance comes up, here, let me clear all my other things so it's really, really obvious. And then pull the dance back up because we're going to need that. Okay, so we wait for it to begin. We don't leave the area. This is very important. And we just hang out. So at some point, she's going to be like, okay, let's go. And the dance leaders go every 20 minutes, but they're not the same 20 minutes. So if you have a hunter or you can zip, zip, zip around, just go use the Staple Masters, you can catch usually like two of them pretty, like one after the other, not too badly. It's just, you got to guess and, good luck. Hopefully you find the right one. So yeah, I was able to accomplish like 3 out of the 4 dances within an hour, which was nice. Because like I said, they only come up every 20 minutes. And once you do one for a day, you can't do it again for another 12 hours. So, and I don't know if you noticed, but the benefit is you get an emote, which will give you either, you have to choose Dance Man or Dance Man 2. So I am like all over getting emotes and stuff. So if you go to your collections panel, which is Shift C, right here is your emotes. Oh, you can't see, it's behind the standing stone thing. There we go. There's your emotes. And so if I put in dance, I moved it. So I put in dance, and this shows you all of the dance emotes that exist. So if you want to see what one looks like, you can click on it, and it'll show you in this little preview window here. So Dance Man 2, I picked up yesterday. And then, so I got the little, side shuffle and then kick, kick, kick. It's cute. And then Dance Man, I don't have yet. So that's what I'm going to pick up today. So you kind of slide back and forth, and then you turn yourself, and you go, bark, bark, bark. And then you go, bark, bark, bark. We were joking that maybe we'll have me, like, do a live imitation of a bunch of these LOTRO emotes. Because I just find them so cute. Next week out to the Barrow Downs? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we're high enough level. So yes, so we're at what did we say? Not deadly. There we are. Story pace. So we're at 40% of experience, so minus 60% basically, versus regular from all the other stuff. Okay. Oh, here, let me tooltip that off. There you go. So you can see that. So that's what we have going on. That's the effect that's going on with that that whitish background with the heart on top of it. Over on Shadowfax, because remember Shadowfax is the fastest horse in probably all of Arda. So Shadowfax goes really fast, and so that's what they're doing over there. So their level cap will probably go up every like 2 to 3 months, maybe maybe quicker than that. Hard to say. I don't know exactly. And their experience is extra. So instead of having negative from 100%, they're above 100%. So they're the opposite direction. So they're just going to be like zoom, zoom, zooming along. So hopefully those folks that are over on Anor that are constantly like, faster, 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 my hope is that they will find what they're looking for, over on Shadowfax. I would love to play on Shadowfax because the name of the server, but I don't want to go faster, so I'm not going to play over there. But I'm really glad that, SSG went ahead and created these 2 servers to give people those options. So now these are legendary servers, so you can't transfer on, you can't transfer off of these 2 servers here at this point. Anor, they did offer up, so when they were closing Ithel, they basically were like, hey, if you're on Ithel, free transfers. Oh, here we go. We got to dance. I'll tell you the rest in a minute. Okay, so here's the deal. Make sure you're clicked on her. So make sure you've got her circle up there. Hugely important. Now, a little emote box is going to come up here. Now, I went ahead and clicked it, but I'm going to tell you now. So when the next one comes up, there's going to be over here, there's going to be seconds ticking down. So don't wait. You don't have to do them the same time she does them. You have to do them before the time runs out. That's important. That's really important. So notice that she's like, take a rest. I'm not going to click on anything. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to click on that. I've got 10 seconds here clicking down. Click on that next one. It's clicking down. Click on the next one. Click on the next one and the next one. There we go. Now, the Brie dances are, I don't want to say broken, isn't quite right, but I think the programming isn't like they wanted it to be, because the way it's supposed to be is she does the step, you do the step, she does the step, you do the step. Oh, I got 5 seconds here. No time for talking. Okay, we got 7 seconds. Boom. And now we're done. So there's like 3 or 4 sections where it's like, you know, do this step, take a rest. Okay, do these steps, take a rest. Do these steps, take a rest. Do these steps, take a rest. And the Brie one used to be, first one, take a rest, and then all of the emotes came up like boom, 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 right after the other for the rest of the sequence. So she's standing there and like, oh, rest now. Okay, here's how you do this. And you're like, I had to have already done them or my timer was out. So they've sort of fixed it, but I think there's still a couple of clumps that are together because you shouldn't have gone through these this quickly. But you have to. Otherwise, you run out of time. So there we go. So that's how you do the dance. So you'll notice that, you know, she wants me to talk to her. Don't leave the dance area. And so now she's got the yellow ring showing that, yes, I completed it successfully. And I can pick up the emote that I don't already have. Now, if you click on the wrong emote, you're kind of out of luck. You just end up, you don't like you get another one. You just, you know. It was like, well, good job. You did it again. So now I have both dances for a man. So here we go. It's struggling to come up there. Why is it not coming up? There we go. All right. So you'll see I have Dance Man and Dance Man too. I have both of them. I'm a dance man. So now if I wanted to, if you want to know how you get these, like if I want to be like, oh, hey, how do I get Dance Man 3? Oh, it's available from Mabon, of the Algreg, Men of Enidvaith. So, you know, we've got a little while before we're going to get to that guy. Dance Man 3 ain't happening anytime soon. So now I'm turning in to the horse races. There's 2 pieces of that, which is to talk to this one and then talk to the one over in the Shire. And then to do the actual race itself is its own little quest. Go ahead and get started. Unless you want me to go first. All right, I'm going to go. All right, so I've whistled for a horse. Here we go. Wow, I pushed the wrong button already. All right. What I try to do is I try to move myself with the mouse and jump with the keyboard. But I miss the jumps. Often. Okay, here we go. Yay, I get a burst of speed for my agile navigation. You know those deer are green. If we aggroed a deer, they'd probably kick our butts.
Don't do that.
Okay. I'm not going to aggro a deer.
When the deer attacks me.
Yes, doctor, it hurts when the deer attacks me. Well, don't do that. Jump, jump, jump. Oh, yeah, I made the jumps this time. Whew. Should play that on loop. That doesn't happen every day. Yay! All right, so we made it. Let me zoom back down. So we turn that into her, and she gives you 3 Midsummer tokens, because remember, most of these give 3 tokens. So there we go. That was awesome. Hooray! Okay. We were going to go collect clay. That's what we were doing. Yeah, I tried to follow you, and I went inside the little shed there. That was not ideal. By the way, Just Right said you're a good leader. I know. He is. I appreciate his leadership as well. Except when you lead me into a shed. Yeah, that's okay. I found my way back. Oh, watch out for the bears.
Level 18 bear.
Yeah, that was a level 18 bear. That's like, I would be gone in a heartbeat. There's so many. I was joking yesterday, but it's probably true that this will be the server with like the fewest percentage of people who have like those undying titles and whatnot. Because, yeah, we're just dying all over the place here. Yeah, watch out for that bear. Oh my gosh. Wait, can I collect barrel iron? Oh no, I can't do that. I'm not a prospector. What am I? I'm a woodworker. I can't collect the wood here yet either, though. We need to go spend some time in the Shire or something so I can get some more wood so I can skill up. Yup, yup, yup. All right, so let's see. I've got 3 clay. My understanding, though, is, and Abigail keeps telling me this, and I haven't gone to see it, but there's another island out here. And the island has clay. Oh, this. Okay. So there's these deposits of fine clay, and you need 6 of them for this quest that we're on, for the one in Bree that's a festival quest. And they are unique in that, like, if I collect it, it disappears and the next person can't get it until it respawns. So there's like 5 along the other shoreline. Okay, I've got my 6 now. Hurrah! Now, normally I would port us back to Bree, but we don't have that yet because we're little and we're young. We don't know nothing. I got a specialization. So that's the thing. I'm just loving this because usually you just zoom right through these levels. Like, there's been times when I'm playing a character and like we'll be talking about it and I'm trying to figure out how to play, like, you know, a lore master or something, like something that was new to me. And you know the way to breach on. Go south. Maybe take the road. And yeah, so I'll be like, you know, he'll ask me like, well, you know, have you figured out how to do these things? I'm like, I'm not even going to worry about it yet because every 2 levels, I'm getting new skills and it's just blah, 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 just piles up. And then I'm like, I'll just wait till I get to like level 40 and then I'll figure it out. Because it seems like that's when things start to slow down a little bit, you know. So this is kind of cool because, yeah, we're just like every little step forward that you get is huge right now. Okay, so we're just north of Bree, and so we have these cut pine logs that we want to pick up. Now we also have these like level 14 splinter tusks there, and bears. I aggroed a bear around here the other day, or earlier today. So gotta watch out for those bears. There's some logs, but there's a splinter tusk. Okay, we'll get those logs in a minute. You know, we could take it on. Let's. Oh wait, no, it's too far above us. Never mind.
Red is the color of blood.
Red is the color of blood. Red is the color of death. So another thing that's going on these servers, on these Shadowfax and Treebeard, is there's this Eye of Sauron thing. So basically, if you aggro something, like you might get noticed by the Eye of Sauron, or these gnats and things that are flying around, noxious little things. And if you are noticed, like there'll be a box that shows up around on the ground, like an effect, an area effect that is coming, and then like there's this blast of fire that hits you and it does damage to you. Hide the pisk. Watch out for the bears. I know, watch out for the bears. Yes, hide the picnic basket. Hey you, woo woo. Have you got the basket? Yeah, the first couple times the Eye of Sauron hit you, you were like, yes, you were quite surprised at that effect. Yeah, we didn't know what to expect, right? Because they didn't like have video previews of this. There was, there was a lot of stuff that they just like kept very close to the vest on how this was gonna go. So that was a surprise. I mean, we knew Eye of Sauron was gonna be a thing, but we didn't know exactly how it was gonna be a thing. It was something that back in the producer's letter for 2020 that Severlin had written, that they had thought about doing a server called the Eye of Sauron, and it was going to have something. So this is something they've been thinking about for a while. But then, you know, the whole pandemic thing happened, and it threw off all of their plans. And so this is how they're implementing it now, you know, a year and a half later. Okay, we're picking up this other one called Filled to the Brim. And this is another festival quest. You can see it's going to give us a token and a kit. Oh, I didn't really talk about the kits. We'll talk about that here in a second. So basically, people here are partying because it's a festival and they're having a good time. And there's like mugs just left lying around, and there's people dancing on the tables. And so he's asked us to go and tidy up and ask people to maybe come off the tables a little bit. So now the nice thing about these mugs, you'll notice that Affadil and I just ran by the same ones. You don't have to wait for them to respawn. Now the revelers you do, like once you coax a reveler to get off the table, you'll notice that they kind of go wandering off. and you have to wait for them to respawn, but there are so many revelers, you will not be shy of those. So what I tend to do is I'll grab like a couple of revelers here. I pick up these specific mugs because this seems to be the quickest path I have found so far. So, you know, and then I've got 2 mugs left to find. I've got 2 mugs in here, so we're good to go. You were dispatching a boar just outside of the Archette gates. You turned and ran for the cover of the guards. That's fantastic. Yeah. So I learned from yesterday. So first off, when I did the first character, I made this high elf. And her starter instance isn't too bad. Like, you've got a few things, but she's a hunter, so like it was no big deal. I can just stand back and shoot at things, right? Wow, you can see the revelers have been coaxed down pretty good here. Don't worry, there'll be more. They'll come back. They're partying hard around here. So yeah, so I was able to make it through that without too much trouble, which was great. Okay, so we've done that, filled to the brim, turned that in, and he's like, maybe come back tomorrow. We might need more help. Okay, so we're gonna head out the door and keep working on the Potter's quest. So that was quest number 1 or number 2, however you want to look at it, of the Brie Festival quests that we're working on. All right, I'm gonna catch up to you. So character number 2, anybody got change for the revelers? Oh, I could do the toss a coin thing. Oh, hey, while we're here, let me talk to Wenda. Wenda Cranesville. So this is what you do: is you talk to her, and she gives you a quest, and then you just talk to her again, and you finish that quest, and that gives you a new subscriber town services box, which lasts for 24 hours, and then it gives you this jug, the subscribers jug, and you want to gulp that because it's going to just like disappear from your inventory in 6 hours. You can even drink it and then just chuck it, like it doesn't matter. I don't know, superstitious. Hey, Mod Tatter's here. This is where we get the tatting, the lace for part of that quest as well. Oh, you went by. Okay. I can wait here for you if you want to come back. Cool. Yep. Okay, so then what I tend to do is turn off my quick slot bar and I slide it down into the spot where I know where it is, and then I lock that puppy. So now I've got the latest and greatest there, which is 24 hours. And so that way if I'm like in Midsummer and I want to so I pick it up, go to Midsummer, the next day just be in Midsummer, start that off, keep going, and then pick it up the next day. So that way I've got it while I'm hanging out in Midsummer. I don't have to leave every day and come back if I don't want to. Okay, so now we're going to go pick up the willow branches for the Potter, and those are down here south of South Bree. So Hunter did great in my intro. Made it out. Was only level 3, but that's okay. We survived. I just fellowshipped up with people as I was running around Kellendam there and worked on getting a couple levels so I could go and get the VIP stuff and, do all of those things. So it was pretty funny. So once I did that, then I was a lot happier. I was a lot happier of a camper. Okay, so now return to Rona Turner. That was the lady who gave us this quest. So we're going to head back into Bree and do that. Oh, hey, we should go to Lalia's Market while we're here, and I'll show you all a little trick. That's super handy. Okay, so we're going to go back and turn that in. So I had been wanting to try a stout axe dwarf. How do you get the bars on the side? Oh, yeah. Like they said, in your settings. Let me open that back up. Control 0. It's been a while since I did quick slots. And those are bars number 4 and 5 that I have over there, right? So wait, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4, 5. And so I have always show bar 4 and always show bar 5. But I don't have it docked and I don't have it horizontal. And so then that allowed me to then, using control /, you have access to move all your stuff around. And so that's how I was able to move these. These are the 2 bars here. And I've made everything really small so it fits on my screen and makes me happy in terms of seeing it. So yeah, absolutely. They are fantastic. I love being able to, you can do that with all of yours. I think Cordovan may even actually have all of his over on the side, It's wacky. Like, it takes you a minute to get used to it, and then you're like, oh, well, that's clever. Okay, so the reason we're in Lalia's Market here, and we came in through the south door. There's two doors. There's one down here, and then there's one up there. So we came in the one by the boar fountain. So we come in, we talk to her here, Lalia, and did you say been here long? Oh, been in the Barrow Downs recently. So I know she looks very familiar. So we're going to talk to her, and you'll notice right here she has a return to Lalia's Market. It's a travel skill, and you can purchase it from her for 3 mithril coins. Now, mithril coins are on sale right now, so that's a really good time to buy them because they don't go on sale all the time. I went ahead and got a big bundle of them because I know I'm going to want more of them. Oh, it's not there. Wait, how do I find mithril coins? Helps. I think I misspelled it. That's why. Mithril. It's not mithril. Okay, so right now they're on sale for like 20% off. So now remember, I just said it was cost you 3 mithril coins. So you can get just 5 if you just want to get the minimum. And right now they're 40 LOTRO points. So really good deal. I went ahead and got a big bundle. Anyway, so I'm going to buy this Return to Lalia's Market skill. And did I get it? I must have. Oh, hey, I haven't done that. I've got some animal stuff here. Was it a skill you had to do, or did it just show up? Oh, it must have just, okay, so here we go. So in my skills, K for skills, you get it. I think under travel, right? Travel skills. Now I have a Return to Lalia's Market. And because we had bought 2 out of the 3 travel skills for cooldown skills for LOTRO points. So now it only takes me 35 minutes. Here, I'm going to unlock my bar, and I'm going to put Lalia out here, because normally it would take an hour. Like, all your travel skills are by default 1 hour. So now I have a Lalia's Market for every 35 minutes, and then my milestone skills are every 5 minutes. So, woohoo! And then once I have a house, I will have my house travel skill, and I think that one will be an additional, will also be 35 minutes. So there's a quick little trick for you there. Go into Lalia's Market and buy basically a return debris skill that is separate from your return debris skill. So that's neat. You're looking at all the fancies. Oh, the shiny one? Oh, the one up here? Ceremonial Worm Scale Blades Mail Cloak. All of these, though, you can get. Oh, not on this server, though. Because that involves some Isengard stuff. No. Like, everything that Lalia sells, there are other ways to get it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So if you don't want to pay the mithril for it, you can find a way to grind for it. But yeah, fair. I'm trying to think if I've bought anything from Lalia aside from her travel skill. All right, well, let's head out. Let's go talk to Rona Turner. Yeah, you're welcome. And I tell you, the travel to Lalia's Market skill is a fantastic thing to get early in the game because, again, right, like I'm level 7 here. I'm going to be low level for a long time. And because we're on Treebeard. And so, you know, when am I going to get my return to Bree? I mean, goodness, I'll probably be level 15 or 20 before I can go and get that stuff. And I think you have to be level 20 before you can give them those things to get the stuff. Oh, before we go farther, the Barrow Down treasures. So notice how this person has an eye over their head. They were recently hit by that Eye of Sauron thing. I wonder if I can tell which skill it is. Man, they got a bunch of stuff on them. They must have been out hitting things. You can tell that it's really crazy how you have to really think things out on this server. It's insane. Yeah, so we got a little buff on us. You can see that which difficulty you're on, which is pretty neat. So you can see I'm on deadly difficulty, just regular. And you can see they're on deadly difficulty +3. Yeah, you can see if I can hover there. You can see the differences there. Oh, you bought a vest from Lalia. Nice. You know, I think that yeah, like going and buying it directly from Lalia, if you don't want to grind for it, it makes sense. One less milestone taken up that you can use elsewhere. That's true.
How can I be of
But I mean just like the return to Bree skill that you can buy with the Barrow Drawn treasures. I like to get that. All right. So she again is also going to give us one Midsummer token and one of these banners of the Newlywed kit. So we go and finish that. I'll follow you over to the Stable Master. So you'll notice we now have 2 of these banners of the Newlywed kits. So if you complete Midsummer quests in Breetown, as it says there, that's where you get these kits. Now you can also buy them from the lady in the crafting, the craftsman's tier. Nickel delving. There we go. But I mean, I don't know. I don't want to spend festival tokens to buy a kit that I then make and then I use to get festival tokens. It seems a bit silly. I mean, I guess in a sense it would work now because it would help skill up because you have to have a craftsman to make them. So like I can make as a woodworker, I can take these banner of the Newlywed kits and I can make them into the banners, which is the thing up there. And the banners are what you turn in to the lady. Are we taking a horse or are we going to ride cross country? Okay. Let me mount up. We are headed to the party tree. By ways of what? Oh, we're going to go to the horse race. Aha, nice. Awesome. Oh, well, we'll do that later. It's on the way, kind of. So here we're going to the horse races. Yeah, around that lake. That's right. That's awesome. There's a farm of the Shire. We found a deed. We found a farms of the Shire. So that's one of the things we're going to be doing is working on the deeds and trying to get like all the Shire deeds, and then we'll be working on all the Erdluin deeds. And so I don't think we're going to be at the Barrows quite yet. Like I feel like we're going to a while before we're going to be at the Barrow Downs. You never know. Who knows? So I was going to talk about schedule. That yes. So this week we're doing Midsummer Festival, and next week we're doing Midsummer Festival on the stream. But then the rest of July, the rest of July, there's no festivals listed at this point. But I think what I will probably do is, so real quick, here we go. So we got this To the Horse Races quest from somebody at the party tree. I think there's somebody in Keladum who gives it to you, or Doolin maybe. Yeah, Doolin. But anyway, there's people all over who want to like send you out here. So once you've gone to both places, then they'll give you a reward of 42 copper. Great, you know. But hey, 42 copper is more than I had before. So, okay. So anyway, okay, so yeah, you go ahead and do your horse race. I'll catch up here in a second. Yes, we're taking the long way around. Shortcuts make long delays. All right, I'll go ahead and try my horse race. Let's see how well I do this time. I did really well in the last one. That was awesome. I made the first jump. Hooray. Okay, I gotta pay attention here. Yay. Okay. So no festivals for July, no events for July as far as I know at this point. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Jumping over those little things. Clever. And then she also found another little shortcut. Go around this. Okay, and then we gotta jump these stone walls. Okay, cool. Made it over the stone walls. Okay. Yay! Oh, wait, we got another stone wall to jump over. I thought we were home free. Okay, now we're home free. So I think for July, we're probably going to come back here to Treebeard and be working on deeds and stuff. Because, you know, it's a whole new experience. And it's so fun. It's so fun. So yeah, the Eye of Sauron, that person must have been detected. Like they must have been out doing something and they got detected, and that's why that eye is flashing on top of them for like half an hour or something. We thought it was 3 minutes, but I had it yesterday and it was not 3 minutes. So yeah, I don't know. The long way around, but not if you're the doctor. Yeah, he gets to take the, how is it? How did she put it? There was that one episode, The Girl in the Fireplace, which is like, oh my gosh. Every time I watch that episode, it just like, just grabs at your heartstrings. And yeah, she talks about how she has to take the long road. He gets to take the short road. Because he's it's just the short version of that episode. He's on a ship and there's fireplaces throughout the ship. And maybe that's just the one. Anyway, he goes through the fireplace. Watch out for the Tusker. He goes through the fireplace and he comes out into her world, which is like Louis XV, France, something like that. Sometime in France's history in the, like, somewhere between 1400s and 1800s. And Madame de Pompadour. And he's like, yeah, he meets her throughout her life as she gets older and older. And she's like, how do you not change? Like, it's like you were just, you're the same as you were last time I saw you. Because for him, it's just minutes, and for her, it's years. So, that episode is so good. Oh, hey, a stable master we haven't met yet.
How do you do?
Hi, how's it going? Okay, up to the party tree, woo! All right, so these kits. So what's the Scooby-Doo with those? That basically, there's 4 different kinds of kits. We've got these newlywed kits. We've got strawberry bun baking kits. We've got horns, drinking horns, and then we've got table centerpieces. And so the different professions can make them. So like a jeweler can make the centerpieces, and so on. Oh, let me tell you what I'm doing here. So she's a troublesome tween, and she wants to go decorate the tables with smelly flowers, but they're on the lookout for her because she does these kind of, tricks. And so she's asked us to go do it instead. So we've got to sneak in here without being seen by the helpers. Now, I think, oh yeah, there's one of the helpers. So we're going to sneak over to this sneaky hobbit and grab her quest. I'll tell you about that in a second. So I'm going to sneak around. So the other thing is that the one I just picked up is that there's some hobbits that are kind of annoying, and they don't want them to show up at this wedding that's coming up. And so we're giving them invitations to a fake event. All right, now we're going to do this one because hopefully that helper is not seeing me. Cool. I've decorated 2 tables. Boom. Ready to go. So that's 1 out of the 2 Shire quests for the festival. Because remember, there's 2 in each location for this festival. So the first one was doing the funky flowers. And the second one is giving out deceptive invitations. Oh, okay. You're going to turn in the first one? Yeah, sure. No. Let's just keep going. We got to come back this way anyway because I don't have Hunter Travel if I remember. All right, so there's another hobbit that we're going to give a deceptive invitation to. Dum, dum, dum. Although I was reading a hobbit friend of mine, and she was like, why we got to be like this? Why not just tell them no? Say, no, you're not invited. Why do we have to be deceptive? I thought that was a very insightful look into things. And we have a deed bestowed, finding the sights of the Shire, because we found the party tree. Good for us. All right, here's another troublesome.
Good day.
Got it. Okay. And wow, there's like rings everywhere. Yeah, I think that was the guy. There's usually one that kind of wanders back and forth by the sheep. I think that was him. Here's one.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Lovely day, isn't it? Okay, so we've done 6 out of 8. There should be 1 more down here. Ah, here he is. And then there's one up by Lobelia, because, Lobelia. Finding the what of the Shire? I just zipped by that. Finding the sights of the Shire. So the party tree, the methyl stage, or the metal stage, the stock tower, the quarry, Bridgefield's wall, and the Great Willow. And once you have found all of those things, you get 5 LOTRO points and some marks, some virtue experience, and increased reputation with the Matham Society. Yes, the metal stage. I did say the sights of the Shire. I know, it's like the doctor. New mouth, can't do anything. All right, so then this is our last troublesome hobbit. And now we have given them all those invitations, and we can go back to the sneaky hobbit and let her know that we did that. And she's going to say, oh, we don't have an invitation for you. Gotta go. Bye.
Hello there.
Hope you're not too miffed. Bye. That's a Blackadder reference. All right, I'm going to turn this into her because I didn't do that before because I couldn't get up the hill. And so both of them each will have given us a Midsummer token and a strawberry bun baking kit. Ta-da! All right, so there's 2 more areas. Thorns Hall, Vienna, Minas Tirith. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm game. But I think we're only going to do... We've got 15 minutes, so I think we'll probably just do... This will involve combat. Ooh. So if anybody wants to join us up in Thorns Hall area, yeah, we're going to have to go into a cave and hit things. Because you know they're going to see us. Yeah. All right, so Thorns Gate. Treble. That's so funny. Yeah, it's so funny that, like, first thing we did was bound our milestones to, like, the middle of nowhere, which is kind of funny. Okay, here we are. Oh, so I was totally telling you about my second character. So my second character, I wanted to try a stout axe dwarf. So I went ahead and started through that, and that was the first time I had done a stout axe. So I'm going through the, the initial stuff, the storyline. And I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing, right? So, like, you got to hit things and whatnot. And I'm just like, and I'm playing a Runekeeper, which is a kind of style that I want to learn how to do, but I don't instinctively know how to do it. I'm not good at it. So I managed to get through the part where you have to, like, hit the rats and the slugs or the maggots or whatever they were. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're talking to this guy, and he is he's a barber, and he's overworked. He's overbusy. There's too many people for this festival who want his skills. So there's these unkempt dwarfs, and we are shining their beards. He'll be the talk of this year's Midsummer. Well, that's very awesome. There's one over here. So you have to do 6 of them, and there's like 3 or 4 of them in this area, and then you pretty much have to go into the greater Thorns Hall to get the rest of them. So I'm going to grab a few while I'm in here, and then I will mount up and head out there because we're going to pick up quest number 2 out in Thorns Hall. You love your Runekeepers? Well, maybe you can teach me how to play them. So yeah, so I did all right though. I made it through that part. Oh, and you can mount up down here in the inn now. That did not used to be the case. So that's just weird. And then I'm like running all over and, and giving water to dwarves that have been overworked and, and getting through all this stuff. And then there's like a breakout and you get swept up in it. And so it's like, okay, trying to do what I can there. And you have to fight through orcs to get out. Now, I may have made some bad choices or something. I'm not sure. But there were people shooting at me and I was not effectively getting rid of them. So that was not good. And I was defeated in the intro as my stout axe dwarf. So no undying titles for me for that one. Oh, I didn't finish these. Let's finish these vocation quests. Awesome, thank you. All right, we're gonna keep going. So we are in the hall. We're over here, and we're gonna make our way down to here. Oh, it looks like Athel's already there. So, whoops. Well, we'll make our way there as soon as I get from behind a stone wall. So this is where quest giver number 2 is. So he's way in the back. Boom. All right, so I will accept that quest. Is it hot in here? Is it just me? Woo. Where's that flirting emote? Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, so I got defeated on the stairs, trying to get out. And then I did the revive thing because I wasn't sure if I retreated where it would take me. And, you can revive once every, like, however many hours. So I was like, cool, for free. So I just did that. And then I came back and Gollum was right there. And apparently I aggroed Gollum. And so then he took me out. Oh, do you need another dwarf? I do. Oh, it probably won't count for me. Yeah, we're pretty sure they don't count, right? Because they turn from an unkept dwarf to a shined dwarf, so that you can't get two people to do it at the same time because it changes who he is. So anyway, so Gollum then took me out a second time. So I doubly did not survive that one. But then I got out, and then I was much happier. So yeah, the stout axe dwarf beginning is interesting. I hadn't done that before, and I found it interesting. Okay, so here we are cutting cross country. That wildcat. Oh, are we taking out? Oh, we need the wildcat, don't we? All right, we're gonna try and take out this wildcat. I'm gonna throw down a decoy, and then I'm gonna shoot it. Now notice how long it's taking us to take this guy down. It does not happen right away. Okay, so we have to collect suitable bones off of creatures that are not evil creatures. And apparently wildcats are not evil creatures, so it's, whoops. Oh, sorry, I was moving stuff around. All right, there we go. Uh-oh, I see an Eye of Sauron there. I'm pretty sure that's what that red box is. Okay, so we managed to get out of the box, but but Affadil does have a thing over her head. So you must have you got noticed. Ah, okay. Do you have 2 bones? I have 2 bones. We're good. Okay, sweet. So now we need to go get the rest of it. So the quest that we're doing here, basically, it's like some of the dwarves and their spouses, they want to give each other gifts, and they don't have time to go off and get stuff. So we're going to get the stuff, and then they're going to make something neat out of it. There's the short version. So okay, so then I made a third character. Oops, hang on, I'm behind. I get stuck on things all the time. Which is a hunter. Oh, hey, Places of the Dwarves. We found a whole bunch of them. Well, good job, us. Am I in the right place? Okay. Yeah, so I did a Hobbit hunter. So now I'm going to have a high elf hunter and a Hobbit hunter, but that's okay. I just like playing hunters. And it'll be nice because they'll be at different levels. So then whenever I'm grouping up with people in the kin, I'll be able to choose whoever is like closest in what they're doing to what I'm doing. So I think that'll work out okay. But I went through the Hobbit, intro, and I was like level 7 by the time I came out. Oh, hey. Oh, they're yellow. They don't care about us.
It's just the goblins.
Oh, the goblins will notice
There's
us.
someone in here who pronounces.
Is there now?
Yeah.
Okay, there's someone ahead of us in this space. So I hear. So the goblins will notice us, but the clave claws don't care about us. I'm okay with this. All right, so what we're doing in here is we're collecting silver and sapphires and like some sand, so they can make some jewelry. Okay. Now, normally what I would do when we're done here is a hunter. I would be like, cool, let me use my Return to Thorin's Hall skill. I don't have that. Yay, 5 LOTRO points. So we have explored the places of the dwarves. Now we need to explore a bunch of other things. Let me move that out of my way so I don't throw myself off a cliff by mistake. So we've picked up all the things. More precious than mithril, which, that's saying something. So now we have to return the precious materials back to the dwarf who sent us out, back in Thorin's Hall. Yeah, so notice she's got the eye over her head, but I don't. So she got somebody's attention. I did not. So that's interesting, because we were fighting the same monsters. Or enemies, or however you want to look at it. Yeah. So because Treebeard opened yesterday, and they extended the festival by like a week, so there's exactly 12 days between when Treebeard opened and the end of the festival. And 12 days is the max for those wrappers. So I am like attempting to max out festival with at least with 2 of my characters. Like the third one I started today, so she won't be able to max out. But every 3 days you get stuff. Every 3 days you complete it. So I'll be able to get like 9 days worth of completion goodies. Plus each day you complete it, you get festival tokens. Oh, yeah. I tend to use Titan Bar, and so you'll see I have Titan Bar up here on my thing. Oh, I should. You know, I've like been lax in putting thingies on the stream stuff. Let's see. Schedule. Let me put the schedule up there so you can see who all the people are who stream around here. Oh, hey, let me talk to this dwarf. Hey, dwarf, how's it going? That's my last one. All right, after I shine this guy's beard, I will have all the shining of dwarves I need to do, and I can turn that back into the guy back at the bottom. And then we have the materials for this guy, so we're going to go see him at the back of the hall. So much to do, right? So many things to do. So we're going to turn these in, and that will give us the drinking horns. Now, if we wanted the table centerpieces, we get those from the elves in the south part of Erdlun. So here we go. Drinking horn kit, Midsummer Festival coin. Okay, so Titan Bar. I use Titan Bar. And it got updated so that the Midsummer Festival tokens are in Titan Bar now as a currency you can track. And so I like to put it up on my bar so I kind of see, because Midsummer Festival tokens are capped at 250. So I've currently got, oh, I didn't know you could come this way. Well, look at that. Well, I get turned around in Thorns Hall. This is not the way I would have come back down, and so I'm glad I'm following you. I would have done something very different, which would have been much longer. Okay, so now we're turning that in. And you know what? We can start heading out down towards the elves, so then at least you and I can do it even off screen. Oh, that takes us back in there. We don't want to go in there. We want to go out here. Farron's Court. Yay. What was I talking about? Oh, keeping track of the tokens. 250 is the cap. And so I'm trying to keep track of how close I am to cap, because I have a whole bunch of things that I want to buy. I wonder if I could share this. Oh, it's not on that one. Nah, it's okay. I have a spreadsheet, because, you know, I have a spreadsheet.
Get into the same tab as those instructions, it'll work.
It's a different profile. Yeah, it's okay. All right, so calendar, because it's swift travel. That's what we're gonna do. So yeah, so we're going to the other end. So right now we're, you know, up here, and we gotta go down here. I think I need to change my UI. There's a different one with more vines and stuff. I gotta find that one. I like that one better. I think it might be the JRR Jap something. Jap.me or something like that. So this is where I started, so this is wacky to be back here. And not going and shooting those veil flies with a bunch of people. Okay, so the first thing you do is you come down to this lantern maker down here. And he makes lanterns that you put into the water for people who have sailed off into the west. It's really quite beautiful. Oh, hold up. So all the starter areas and have this guy here. So this is Berthadan, the Hardened Traveler, and that's who gives you the where you can pick up which difficulty you want to do. Now remember, these are currently in alphabetical order. My understanding is they're going to change them so they're in difficulty order. That'll be great. But right now they're in alphabetical order. So normal, and then hard, I guess, is harder than normal, but you don't get any special titles for that. It doesn't complete any deeds. And then you've got, I believe, dangerous is next.
No, hard is the first deed.
Hard is, then where does dangerous come in? Does it go normal, dangerous, hard?
I'm not sure.
I think it goes normal, well, this is why they're going to put them in order. So, because deadly is last. And then you have deadly, and then +1, +2, all the way through +6. So, So you talk to this guy. I've already done the quest, so I don't want to like do it just to screw up, because I don't want to screw up anything. Normal, hard, dangerous, deadly, you think. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So normal, then hard. Wait, dangerous, then deadly. Deadly's the hardest.
Yes.
Yeah. So normal, hard, dangerous, then deadly. Anyway, let's keep moving. So you talk to that guy and you decide which one you want to do. And you pick up that quest. And then he'll, and he gives you a little spiel. And then you click on him again to complete the quest. And he's like, are you sure? Because when you choose this, you can't change your mind, basically, and still get credit for completing that. So that's what you want to be careful about, is if you want to get credit for doing the deed, you need to pick it up before you're level 11, I believe. So as far as 10 you can, but I think once you hit 11, you may have missed your opportunity. So you got to pick it up early, and then you can stay at that level or higher, and you can get the credit for those deeds. If you drop below, like there's the one where you can get credit for those deeds and the one where you can get credit for those deeds. So if you're at the higher one, you'll get, you're fine. But if you drop down below that, you can still get the lower version. So that's our understanding on how these things work. Oh, somebody's shooting things. We should help them. Plus, we're looking for stuff in this area, right? I think the beehives are in this area. Yep. So what we're doing is we're looking for beehives, and there's 5 beehives in this circle down here. That's what we're looking for. So here's one. But because we are, itty bitties, everything around here is a little dangerous. I think this is where I first got the Eye of Sauron. Yeah. And they're like, what, a level 6? Yeah, so us helping out is probably useful to them. All right, so that's 2 beehives for us. And so they're all in this, and they're kind of on the outer edge of the circle. So as you're going around here, you kind of want to skirt the edges. I mean, you cut through the middle to get to the next one, but they tend to be around the edge of this circle. Last year, oh, hey, there's branches. Let me grab those branches while we're here. Last year, Fibro Jedi actually went and put the coordinates for them. I just realized that I got a universal toolkit, and my other character has it. Oh, box. So if you're still inside that box when it goes, then apparently the Eye of Sauron will like bombard you with fire. So anyway, I got a universal toolkit. I put it on my other character yesterday when I was doing some farming, and I threw away all the tools off of this character because I didn't think I would ever need them again. And so now I don't have any tools. So one of the things I need to do is get really good at putting that stuff into my shared storage. Oh, did you? I went and bought a second one. It's 500 LOTRO points, though. Ugh. I mean, 1 I can justify. 2 is tough. Okay, so we have all the beehives that we need. So we're gonna mount up? Okay. Yeah, I think we'll just go to the Shire, and I'll grab the toolkit, and we'll pick up a bunch of branches while we're there. Are the insects beehiving themselves? Oh my gosh, that person has 3 things chasing them. Run, run like the wind. Oh, I have the Eye of Sauron now. They saw me. So then there's this one. Okay, and so then the last one of the quests, if you wanted to go do it, is up the hill in Duland. You go and talk to an elf on the other side of town. And, well, so first you pick up the quest from an elf by where the dances happen. And then you talk to an elf on the other side of town, and she basically wants to make these cords. And so you have to go pick up the fabric, and then come back to her, cut the fabric, and then she has you go grab some flowers and then talk to a really sexy elf about some metalworking pieces he has. And then you take all these parts, you go back to her, and she's all right, cool, let me show you. I'm going to put this all together, and you put it all together, and then you take it back to the elf by the dance area. So, I think we're going to call it here in a few minutes. So we're going to go ahead and finish this quest, though. So we come over here to the lantern guy. And he says, take this lantern and send it on its way westward down the river. You've helped my kinsmen pay their respects, and I believe you have earned it. So there's a spot of calm water there, which makes it look like you're like able to, sit on water. But there you go. You put it in the water, and off it goes. So pretty. And oh my gosh, if you come here at night, they're just glowing, of course, because they're lanterns. And you see they just kind of come out in bunches and float down the river. So I'm thinking I need to come back here and just like put some video of this and maybe have that be like my outro video or something for the stream, because I just think it's so pretty. It looks so good. Okay, so so we did Midsummer. We did some of the other Midsummer quests. Here, I'll follow you while we're finishing up. The bad guy's ideology. You are just on with the puns today. Oh, really? All right. I was just going to follow you up to do it, but that's fine. We can take the staples. So, it is beautiful. It really is beautiful. You should check that out at night if you haven't been down there yet. Because it's gorgeous. It's really neat. I wonder if you can see it from the elven housing, because the elf housing is right across the river there from where that's happening. So I don't know. There's times when, because I know you can see the border of the elven housing, like it's in the river. You can go out there and you can see it. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, so the rest of July, not next week because we'll be at the festival next week, yay. And then, but the rest of July, we'll probably be doing stuff here on Treebeard and kind of getting, more information about how this Eye of Sauron is affecting us, and, what it's been like. We'll find out maybe what it's like to group up with people who are on different difficulties and maybe see some of that in action. So awesome. I think that we're going to go ahead and call it there. Oh, if you're coming to get fireflies, for this area, they're over in that pond over there. So anyway, thank you all for coming along. I will have this up on the YouTube channel at some point. I've realized that I kind of got behind. I kind of forgot to do it like after the stream is done. Sometimes I'm really tired and I forget to do it. So I think I forgot to do it for a few weeks. So we're a few weeks behind on the YouTube, which means I'm definitely a few weeks behind on getting these onto the website, but they will be there. Also on the website, B4 has started streaming and doing, oh, thank you for putting the YouTube link in there, has started doing plug-in work on Tuesdays. So let's see, 9 o'clock our time, so -6, so 3 p.m. Eastern US time. And so if you find information about plugins fascinating, that is also something that you can follow along. He's, like I said, he's streaming those on Tuesday nights. Oh, we gotta go pick up the quest from the other lady. Yeah, he's doing that on Tuesdays and I'm here on Thursdays. So there you go. And then I posted the schedule earlier so you have access to everybody who is a LOTRO streamer. So hopefully that is enough people to keep you entertained for a while. Oh, dance later. Hold on, yo. Let me talk to the dance lady. All right, we're going to stay here and we're going to dance this. And I'm going to click on her and do that so my screen will move when she gets ready to go. I find that useful when I'm doing other things. So, yes, so all these videos will go up there. They're also on this Twitch channel for a while. So I'm not going to raid because I don't know all the people who are streaming LOTRO right now, so I don't want to like take you someplace and then maybe they just shout profanities all the time and you think, well, why'd you do that? So I'll let you go and find a streamer, hopefully that is somebody that you like to watch or find interesting. And I will be back here in a week. And before we'll be back on next Tuesday. So yeah, if you have any questions or anything you want me to make sure I cover, absolutely, put it into chat or give me a holler, find me in the game. Any of those are fantastic. So thank you so much for joining us today on this journey through Middle Earth and through all these Midsummer Festival fun things that we do. So I really appreciate you all coming along, and I appreciate the kind remarks. Thanks, Blackberry Bear. That was very, very kind. I'm glad that it was fun to watch, and I'm happy to give lots of helpful tips. I figure if I had to learn this, other people are still learning it too, so I might as well pass on what I have figured out. So, all right, folks, wherever you go, whatever you do, I encourage you to stay connected to the Hobbit side of your heart. All right, have a great rest of your day. All right, bye-bye now.